Hello again. We're going to try this again. What am I supposed to do? There were 3 people sitting there telling me they couldn't see anything. And then the chat disconnected. And then it just like my hotspot doesn't want to work. And I don't know why. Like, that's my backup. And it was just like, can't connect to this. I'm like, what? Why?
Well, listen, I'll get off Discord if you need me to, okay?
Can we at least see if that helps?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I hey, kitty cat. Don't get it twisted. These are tears of fury. Because the technical difficulties persist, and I just how are you? Happy New Year. Hey Belle. I'm just happy you guys can still find me, after all that. Oh my gosh. My hotspot just doesn't want to work. I don't know what's up with this thing. Technical difficulties are driving me crazy. I just want to do the thing, I just want to talk to you guys for a couple hours. It feels like it shouldn't be that complicated. Ooh. And yeah, the weather turned on me. What did you guys think of the video? Is the obvious question. Of course, I want to know. Do you guys agree or disagree with any of the stuff that I said? I'm trying to start a conversation here. Yeah, it was good. Thank you. It's gone out anyway. I know you just woke up. Oh, it's so like you. It's a short one, so if you want to pop over and watch it, go for it. Hi, guys. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties. One. You may have one. You don't need to be sitting around drinking a bunch of soda today. Or ever. We went over to a friend's house last night and brought a bunch of soda, so that whole point about the right subtly prioritizing control over women's bodies would probably be a fruitful one to explore further. Oh, yeah. I kind of see it in some of their rhetoric around male loneliness and such. Oh, yeah. They're so lonely so they're entitled to, etc. Yeah. I usually do when you start the after chat. Oh, right on. However it works for you, Ugh. Let me go see if we're because when I've had conversations with men about this, it usually comes down to I don't want to talk with other men about my emotions. That wouldn't help. It has to be women. And one understands why they feel that way. Have you ever tried to talk with a man about your feelings? But so then it's, a self-perpetuating, it's a vicious cycle, right? So then the male loneliness epidemic is, in their view, really a problem of women not performing free and reciprocated emotional labor. Yeah, right. It has nothing to do with the fact that they offer little in return. And that's why they're not interested in one another's company in that way, because they know that. But, so like I say, it's a vicious cycle, of men aren't good at talking about their feelings, so they're not going to practice talking about their feelings, so they're not going to get any better at talking about their feelings. They're going to remain bad at it, Honestly, maybe the MRAs should set up active listening classes for their fellow bros, and ironically, I have noticed some rumblings here and there that even young guys are tired of that shit, some of them are, your loneliness is your problem, bro, right? Yeah. And I'm speaking as somebody who's had their own issues in that regard. Like, yeah, totally agree. Let me go step over there and see if it's safe to try and go back outside. This is probably going to be our last week out there anyway, and I'm going to have to come up with something else because it's winter and some shit, right? Hang on. Are we good? Oh, excuse me. Oh, and I also feel like often with the male loneliness thing, let me see. Yeah, I talked with my brother about it, and he said that especially with other men, talking it out doesn't actually help him when he's feeling down. Right. Because they don't reciprocate anything. Oh, and also I feel like often with the male loneliness thing that they're actually talking about, what they're actually talking about is like female romantic and sexual partners. Lonely for what? Yeah. Feels like many of these folks aren't interested in having women as purely platonic friends. Oh no, that's the curse. That's the friend zone. That is to be feared. Female friendship is, actively reviled. Are you kidding me? Okay. Let's give it a shot. See if we can go out there and not lose. And I'll tell you what, I'll just say this right now. If I go out there and it starts buffering real bad again, then I'll just come and I'll start another one, or I'll come and sit on the front porch. We don't have to sit out there. Or we can just stand in the kitchen for a couple hours, I guess. What the fuck. Tangentially related, overheard one of the younger guys at work talking about how he doesn't like his girlfriend talking to other men at all. The youth are getting worse. There have been signs of that for a long time. And I hate to say not all of them, but not all of them. There's still hope, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Kitty does not need to go out. I was about to say, tell me I left my phone in the house. It's knocking things over on my way out of here. I was so angry, y'all. It's the rake. Rakes just want to fall over. Sorry, I came in here dooming on Happy New Year's. On New Year's. Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, 'tis the season, really, right? Let's see if it works now. Somebody was asking about this. These are silk, of course. Well, plastic. These are fake. That's the hat that he got me for my birthday, I think it was. Yeah, it's a clock. It's a watch. So that's my new favorite thingy. Thank you. That's my new favorite thingy. My new favorite bubble toy thing. There we go. Ugh. So far so good? Maybe? You're here for this set too? Yeah, thank you. I have something I want to add, but I'm not sure where to put it, besides right here, and then I'd have to get rid of that pretty. I don't know. I'm thinking I might just move it and put it right there. And we have our little earth here. Because it really does come back to that. I'm going to repeat what I said in the video. Behind my head on the wall. Yeah? Up there? Yeah. Right here. Right here. Yeah. Your brain is the whole world. I think that's true of everybody, right? We're all our own little universe. Symbolism. Ooh, I like it. That's funny. Oh, but Shoot. What was I saying? Been sitting back watching that with your popcorn. Oh. Oh. Which part? Oh. Dum dum dum. I'm gonna need more coffee. This day is such a disaster. I'm still on antibiotics, y'all. It's been 3 solid weeks of antibiotics. It's just amazing. But anyway, wait, did YouTube shadow my comment before the one you read? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh my god, what the fuck, YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, I see a bunch of stuff from Belle, and then you just kind of popped in with that bit bunch of popcorn. And that's it. You know, they make it really hard to run a program when they do stuff like that, which, yeah, now I feel like I'm some television producer in 1966. Same. I'm not seeing any of your other comments. Oh my god. Ah! That does. It makes it really hard to run a program, you know? Shit like that. Yeah, unfortunately, we're probably going to have to spend a couple of weeks inside, at least, because there's a cold snap coming. And definitely going to miss our little corner here. Because, you know. It really just kills the conversation, too. You're trying to, like, participate in it, and... On the bright side, it seems to be working this time, right? So, there's that. And, like, I want to ask you to try again, but I know that that's frustrating as all hell. I don't even know how to word it so that it doesn't get censored, because it wasn't controversial. Oh my god! That's terrifying. Because apparently it's controversial to somebody. And, like, I'm kind of tired of hearing about dead internet theory. I'm almost as tired of hearing about that as I am about simulation theory. But, like, the level of, you know, bot control and censorship is kind of unreal. You know? Like, that is true. And it's pretty undeniable at this point. Name names of MAGA. Maybe that's why? Maybe. It wouldn't be the first time that they've just said, you know what? No political discussion. That would not be the first time they've done something like that. Which is actually part of the reason I haven't been putting them in the titles of the videos. Or in the thumbnails. Like, it's implied, right? I'm gonna try again. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your effort. Like, I know that's frustrating as all fuck. Oh my god. It is. I got a confusing AI-generated video ad the other day from a company which also seems to have been completely AI-generated a fortnight ago. The ad sold no discernible product. Wow. See, I have premium, so I don't see ads anymore. That's also very frightening. So, and I'm cooking a video. One of the topics I'm looking at coming up is psychological warfare through social media via bots. This is happening. And there's a was it Romania? Their election recently, they caught them at it. So, ooh, interesting. Yeah, right? Yeah. Because you really think all those bots are just out there trying to sell nothing? I had this funny feeling for the longest time that all this information, all this content that we're just generating constantly, is a whole lot of data. And if you had, a way of synthesizing that into something useful, you'd have a fuck ton of it, right? Somebody would, but like we're starting to see the answer to that, aren't we? We're starting to see what the fuck they're gonna use all this information that we've just been for years and years. But yeah, the Romanian election was apparently like spoiled. Like they had to redo it. Their election was spoiled by bot interference. Like it's batshit. And I'm starting to get nervous when you guys go quiet because I'm like, am I disconnected again? Are they censoring everything y'all are saying? Like, I mean, imagine that. Imagine somebody stops by, a new person happens by, and says something interesting, and YouTube's just like, nope. So then their comment never even comes through, and I never even see them. They never get acknowledged, and maybe they don't know why. Holy shit. This could get very bad. Like, just for me personally, but like, obviously in general, it's very bad. Obviously we need to be able to talk about politics. What the fuck? And it feels very, Americanly petulant and spoiled to be like, well, duh, I need my rights. Give them to me. Gosh, and I've been reading up a little bit about what some organizations are doing and preparing to do to counter Donald Trump and his administration and all that nonsense. And I found one that was interesting that was mostly about like incredibly nerdy legal recourse. Their spat is so funny because they're targeting each other. Then I made my popcorn reference. Okay, I'm literally reading aloud all I'm seeing. So I was right to get nervous because that's exactly what was happening, wasn't it? Y'all were quiet because they were fucking censoring stuff again. And when it's just the three of us here in the room, it's so obvious because y'all just go quiet for a minute or two. And it's like, oh good, my comment got through. Wait, like half of it did. I don't believe this. I can't take this personally. I am not a big enough channel for anyone to give a fuck. I don't have to listen to grandeur like that anybody is out there, censoring me because I'm me and because of what I am saying. Like, maybe someday. Here's hoping, right? Oh my gosh. But then hopefully maybe, we'll have attracted some bigger backers, if you know what I'm saying. Not like I want somebody to come along and buy me out. Like, that's the thing. All these conservative pundits have literally just been bought out by this or that. Like, and it's become that's also become very obvious, and I've been having this big thing lately with, maybe this is being in my 40s, I don't know, with patterns that only become apparent over the course of time, right? Things that, can you see it? Looks like you might. Yeah, Belle, yeah. You responded to something that I didn't see, Belle. Like, that was kind of crazy. Ooh, and I'm just all over the place today. Because I was on something. It'll come back to me. I truly am all over the place today, though, because we were at a friend's house until after midnight last night, and I can see your comments. I think that's so weird. I did not block anybody. I still have yet anybody, much less you. Like what? Oh my god. This is such chaos. I've had to light this cigarette 3 times. It's the same one. Ugh. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to keep myself talking because otherwise the video is going to be boring as hell. So, and I do know that there are still some people who come through and watch these later. Hi, everybody. I know it's not you, Red Mom. Smoke sounds needed for me too now. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. But we're, 20 minutes into this, so theoretically I should be able to say basically whatever I want. And nobody is paying any attention. Theoretically. Right? Nobody who wouldn't, mind. Anyway. Not you guys, obviously. And so, yeah, there are forces out there that are mustering themselves to counter this. There are people who, resisted him through legal channels last time around. That was funny what you said, Belle, about how was it God's plan for him to lose to Joe Biden too? Like, yeah, apparently. I don't know. I basically said that MAGA is eating itself at the moment. Right. Yeah. No, I've rubbed my hands with glee at some of that drama myself. It's sort of funny. I also just wonder, like there's a lot of people talking about that. Really ought to be talking about something a little more substantive. You know what I mean? Like actual political pundits. Who, like, I get it. It was funny for a couple of days, guys, but like this is not the soap opera that you need to follow like that. Like what the and I mean, I'm trying to think who I would even consider, like who would I go to and like actually think they're gonna be covering this with any substance, and like I'm having trouble. I don't know who. Elon had a complete meltdown on his political base. Yeah, right. I saw a little bit about that. It stuns me how insecure Elon gets about criticism and stuff. Genuinely adolescent levels of maturity. Oh yeah. Well, when you don't receive any significant pushback in your adult life, you're not gonna need to mature. It's a tragedy that's befallen many, unfortunately, strangely enough. But like he's not the first case of like I don't. He's not special. And like I get that maybe people don't want to believe all the Christian nationalist stuff because how insane. But yeah, I think the psychological warfare on social media thing might be something that used to be done more manually and has become like a bot thing. Does that make sense? Like, cause like, well, I feel like that might explain a whole lot of the last 10 years, really. If you think about it, and it's the kind of thing that 10 years ago would have sounded absolutely crazy. That's the kind of thing that 10 years ago would have sounded like a batshit conspiracy theory. Ooh, they're controlling you through social media. Ooh. But it is important. It's a class-based thing, which completely destroys any legitimacy he and Trump had. Yeah. I guess. If Elon Musk's meltdown on their base, like, he was never one of them really anyway, right? I mean, I don't know. Like I say, I feel like they're treating it like a soap opera. And I want to know, like, how are you guys actually going to oppose? Like what is anyone's rhetorical strategy? We're just gonna make fun of them and hope that they flame out. They pointed immigration, then advocated for indentured servants. Yeah. It's a point to make. It is. I feel like it's being driven into the ground, though. You know, and it does. It feels a little desperate to me. It feels like they're waiting for these guys to fuck up instead of being preemptive about it, instead of being proactive about it and explaining how they are going to fuck things up. Like I say, I had to go to Mother Jones for that. Not to, nothing against Mother Jones, but they are just so left wing that, most they're not, they don't, I guess, maybe have the broad appeal. I don't know. Of some of these more mainstream people. Maybe it's just the state of journalism. I don't know. And now you've gone quiet again, so you probably said something interesting that I can't see. It's really a weird position to be in as trying to, host a get together when you can't hear what your guests are saying. That's come on, YouTube. We can. Gosh. Like, don't get me wrong. I can't stand Elon Musk. I went on a little rant the other day about how he is just a singularly unattractive person. I do not understand how that man has so many kids. Well, money, I guess. But, like, his face is funny looking. His haircut is bad. He does not know how to dress himself. And his voice is annoying. So, yeah, and he's ever done has made me go, oh, yeah, okay, I see that. That's cool. Like, never. And then, of course, Donald Trump is Donald Trump. So, like, I can't stand either of them, but I don't want to focus on that. The saga of Elon Musk is wild. I can't believe he was so universally loved 10 years back. Boy, ain't that true. Hey, Alfafa A. Hey, what up? You were the one who asked about the flowers before. This is a hat that my husband got me for my birthday, and they are fake flowers, but it's pretty in it. To add a little brightness to the setup here. Time to get radicalized, people. Yeah, it did. Shout out to you again. Yeah, I knew it. Knew it. Fuck. The random spaces seem to work. And yeah, I don't know. I always had my thoughts about that guy because I'm just a cynic, I guess. I don't know. But I don't like any of those people. Like, but like, I don't want to get caught up in the cult of personality, and I don't want to be negative all the time. That's not going to get us anywhere. Like, wallowing in our rage is not going to get us anywhere. A decade? Actively. Like, he first ran in 2016, so 9 years ago. That man came right into the middle of everyone's radar and has been there for almost a decade. And I'm just so ready to do something else with my energy in that regard. Like, yeah, I hate him. It's old news. It's because you realize that maybe the richest guy in the world doesn't give a shit about the working class. That's just common sense. Yeah, right? Okay. I stopped paying attention to him when I broke up with my ex, who was like a fanboy of his. So I genuinely haven't paid anything like as close attention to Elon Musk's career over the last 10 years specifically. But before that, I don't remember him being like a man of the people. I don't remember that being a thing. Like, am I crazy? Great man theory does not require the great man to be a man of the people and to be just like you and me. That's kind of the fucking point of great man theory. He is the only man who can achieve the greatness. I mean, really. Right? Which part's ew? Sorry. I hope it's not my coughing. I can't help that. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, why are the dogs outside by themselves? But that Ubermensch. Yeah, but so that was Elon's brand. Am I wrong? Throughout like the 10 years before that, going back from like the teens into the aughts, like he was the, he was the creative genius in the room, right? He was the guy with the Midas touch, right? He was the man, right? At least according to that school of thought. It was never about him being some everyman. Like, that's so if that's the thing that he's getting criticized for, that's a new. Like, why anyone would believe that? Do you not remember who that is? He's a white guy from Africa. What the fuck more do you need to know? And it's real weird to combine like populist rhetoric like that with the idea that we need this one special dude to accomplish the great things. Those two ideas contradict one another, don't they? They do, right? That's cognitive dissonance, right? If the great man that you need to accomplish the great things is just like everybody else, then what the fuck are we talking about? That's nonsense. So, and it's just so interesting how you can take a contradictory idea like that and spin it fast enough and weave all this wet rhetoric around it so that it looks really cool and feels like it makes sense. I don't know. It's like, clearly it is possible to do that because, like, how many leaders throughout history? I was watching something about Stoicism the other day, so I think of Marcus Aurelius, who was, on the one hand, the emperor of fucking Rome, and on the other hand, his diaries are used to inspire the personal lives of men everywhere. It's like kind of a weird combination. Like, why would a guy who was emperor of Rome have better advice for you than anybody else? I can see that comment. Yeah. God damn it, YouTube. How am I supposed to run a program this way? How am I supposed to host a get-together this way? Oh, I need to figure out how to work Discord or something, right? Can I do this on Discord? I don't even know. My last two? No. I saw you said ew, and that's the last thing I saw. And I go, what's ew? And then Alfalfa said something. So this is unbelievable. Yeah. So we can just look that up real quick, right? Like, no, I want to keep that one. Here we go. Can you stream video on Discord? Yes. Okay. I'm old, okay? I don't fucking know. I still don't understand how to use Discord, really. But apparently my husband does. So, well, I don't know what to say. It's shadowing every relevant comment I make. That's fucking great. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, the next big announcement might be the formation of a Discord, because maybe time to move to Rumble. Yeah, right. Or that. Because then I could monetize it, right? I don't know. Rumble's the one where all the conservative weirdos are, isn't it? I don't want to have to go associate with those people just because I'm getting censored along with everyone else who doesn't toe some weird invisible line that keeps changing. You know, I'm not going to become a conservative reactionary. I refuse. I refuse to do that. And that's because that's so frustrating to me. Like, oh, the liberal mainstream is censoring me. Therefore, I'm going to rebel against the liberal mainstream and become a conservative reactionary. It's like, that was not a liberal thing to do. That's not the, you can also stream YouTube at the same time as Rumble. No, I follow leftist podcasts on Rumble. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I have run into that quandary a few times, though. You know, and like somebody sent me an invite to a video sharing. I think I talked about this a couple of months ago. And I went and I checked it out, and like some of that stuff was really, really, really just straightforwardly misandrist. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's exactly on brand for me, so I'm going to decline that, you know? Okay. Yeah. And I've been meaning liberal does censor just as much as conservatives. But that's not what liberal means. Okay? If you're actually following liberal principles, then no, you don't do shit like that. Like, you can call yourself whatever you want. Okay. Please explain. If it will let you. Fucking hell. I hope you can't explain. This is so frustrating. So yeah, I have been meaning to look into that anyway, and now that the holidays are over and it's a new, fresh year, and that man is going to be home all the time because he starts work from home on the 13th, so I'm going to have plenty of time to talk with him about this instead of just car rides in between shifts. I mean, really, it's not all bad, you know. Okay. As if I'm gonna forget. You know, and that was the friend. We were over there last night. They both do streaming too. And I've been meaning to talk with them for like months at this point about, teaching me. I can understand it, but like it's so funny because they have a cassette radio in the wall of their house, like a thermostat. This thing looks like it's maybe from the early 80s, and it is sunk into the wall, and it is a full like black stereo head with a tape deck in it. And like it's wired to three different speakers in three different rooms. Like this is pretty fancy setup, right? Especially for back then. And they don't know what the fuck to do with it. And I took one look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty simple. Probably you just got to get you a head that has the Bluetooth in it and maybe a CD player and like basically any modern thing. You just got to pull that out of there and reattach those. Like I know how to do that. I know what to do with that. So my electronics education is like in the wrong place. Like it's individualized liberation, all in for oneself rather than collective liberation, i.e., you have money, you have the right to use that power for its own political gain. Yeah. Oh, that's libertarianism, arguably. I just, maybe I'm going by like a 90s idea of what liberal means, but there's, this idea of tolerance and live and let live, right? Um, sort of the inverse of all of the oppressive, paternalistic. That's liberalism, liberation of the economic free market without restraint. Are you doing it 2? Yeah, no, I always try to do 2 hours. It's not that cold out here. I got plenty of layers on. We'll be all right for another hour. Um, yeah, no, economic liberalism is, distinct from social liberalism. Maybe that's the cross. Maybe that's the confusion here. Because I do see what you're saying. So that's sort of classic liberalism, which is like economic liberalism. And what I'm talking about is probably a later, set of ideas that is very much in reaction to the first half of the 20th century, right? Where being laissez-faire and being, not considerate, tolerant of people's differences and encouraging them even, and strength through diversity, that kind of thing. It's very much a reaction to, especially the Second World War, right? So I guess that would be, we're sort of talking about two different things. One of them, I suppose, enabled the other in that, in order to have like the social liberalism, having a really firm middle class full of people who don't feel like they have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, like ever, probably helps with that. But then at the same time, obviously, just straight up economic liberalism like that causes the economy to eat everything else. So that's not good. You don't want to just let that go unchecked because that doesn't work. We've tried that. Like we've tried these things. And so, if we're talking about like neoliberalism, I'm against that crap because it's bad. But I was talking more. So what you're saying is that shit is perfectly well in line with economic liberalism. And I wonder, like, I can't disagree with that. Used for right-wing capitalism. Right. But so by what we're describing here, classical liberalism essentially is right-wing capitalism. It's like two words for the same thing. Because either way you look at it, it's the market that determines things, and go economy, and we're just going to have that be the baseline for everything, which obviously benefits the people who control the capital. Like, how is that not the most obvious thing in the world? It's fine. What? You don't have in America anything that resembles a political left. No. Agreed. Which is a big part of the reason that I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck that means. In a way, I am trying to sort of reinvent the wheel. Because as we just demonstrated, a lot of these terms and concepts are so, I almost want to say, perverted. I don't like maybe not that they were a problem originally, but they've been twisted over time. Neither does Canada. Yeah. Well, in that way, it's maybe sort of encouraging to think that we're in this boat together, right? So, we just got to figure out how to sail it, And that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone who has been tasked with, like, sailing this ship has totally lost their way. Like, that much is clear, I think, right? And so, it's, if nothing else, it's my generation's turn anyway, right? I'm 41 years old. This is like stepping up to the plate for my swing. It's good. It's good. So I'm going to take a whack at it. And I encourage everybody, Canadian, I don't think that this is obviously not just a United States problem. The resurgence of this weird right-wing fascism is going on all over everywhere. And the more and more I think about it, I know this sounds so paranoid, but the more and more I think about it, truly, social contagion and influence via social media, like, truly. They design that shit to be addictive. And then, so that it gives you a limited presentation of things. How is that not psychological control? Like, I don't want to say mind control, because it's not like hypnotism, but like, it's subtle and it takes time, right? To sort of nudge people in directions. But it's absolutely possible. Are we all going to really sit here and say that we are immune to the messages in our media? We all do know better than that, right? So it's propaganda, baby. Yeah. Well, okay. Hey, what up, Mecca? Happy New Year. It is all propaganda. And see, the thing about that is that, like, all media is by definition propaganda, because it's trying to get a message across. That's, but it's the method and it's the message itself. But so I just this and I heard the funniest thing. I don't remember who it was that said this, as far as social media and how addictive it is and how it's such a problem and blah, blah, blah. He was like, it's like if there were fentanyl laying all over everywhere, and everybody was so addicted to fentanyl, and everybody was going around being like, oh my God, fentanyl's so awful. I can't believe everybody's so addicted to fentanyl, but it's everywhere. And here, I'm going to go make some more. Doop, 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 doop. Like, kind of. Propaganda. You don't want Canada as a 51st state? Oh, God. It's not that I don't want them. It's that I assume they don't want us. Unless I hear otherwise, I'm going to assume they're good with how things are. Wow. Yeah. I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding, obviously. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, I don't think there's this sort of moralistic tendency to be like, oh, that's a dirty tactic, and they use dirty tactics, so I don't want to do that. Fuck that. We can have propaganda too, and we should. Storytelling is how the human mind works, and that's what good propaganda is effective storytelling. We would be absolute fools to deny our tool like that. I think Canada would be down if we offered them a few states. Yeah, if the reverse were true, like maybe take, I don't know. I don't want to start listing off states. Canada has provinces, not states. Well, yeah, but like you could have a few of ours, maybe. Then you could call them provinces, whatever. You know, they'd be yours. You can do what you want with them. Excuse me. We could go for Greenland again. Oh, God. Do we need to be bigger? We don't need to be bigger. That's ridiculous. No, that's supposed to be one of the best parts about the modern United States. It's all our genocide is in the past. We swear. We're over that. We're done with that now, right? We've moved on. We're better people now, right? Theoretically. You know, and the more I think about that, the more I think, like, there are two ways you could go. We all know this, right? There's at least two main perspectives you could take on the United States and our history and even the current state of things, which is that there are two possible alternative interpretations. One is, you know, the focusing on the negative, frankly, in my opinion, and the other is the way that we've come through a lot of that and have stopped most of that shit. And we have really tried to be as the most diverse country on the planet. That's a real struggle that I think should be acknowledged. Okay, to settle all these different people in the same area, like that's a real thing. That's we shouldn't just, you know, put our fingers in our ears and try and sing happy neighbor songs like la la la, we're so happy together. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes misunderstandings happen and things get, you know, a little crazy. And I'm not even talking about new immigrants either. I'm not at all. So there are groups who've been here for centuries that are still fighting over the same shit they were when they came here, right? So no. that is a real phenomenon that I think we're just terrifically embarrassed about. We don't like to talk about that. But we need to. We need to talk about that. And so the idea that the United States needs to be even bigger geographically to the other as it is, which is very large. And it's a whole lot of coordination. It's all just kind of assumed that it's a melting pot. Big. So anyway, I guess is what I'm saying. It's we have, you know, touchy subject, but everybody knows they've had infrastructure problems fucking forever, right? So let's mention cultural conflicts between different ethnic groups, and like it's, you know, to the point where it's, you know, expanded and contracted many times because it's logistically difficult to keep that shit together, and it just creates turmoil and like, no. I'm cutting in and out again. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Well, then I'm going to do this one more time, and we're just going to go spend the next 45 minutes in the kitchen because I'm not dealing with this shit today. As if I have never spent 45 minutes standing around in my kitchen. I'll make some coffee. It'll be fun. And I'll come back out here for this crap later. Not doing this. Not doing this. Come on. We'll go back in the house. Because I'm not doing this. I'm not playing this stupid game today. No, no, no. Not anymore. Get a good shot of my jaw there. Hey.
I was watching you on.
What?
I was trying to watch you on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
When you said you were dropping, I got off.
Okay. Well, it cut right out when the rant was good. Oh no! Let me get in here, will you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm having technical difficulties, and I'm just gonna stand in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
I'll just like I've never stood in the kitchen before, you know. Two coffee. Yeah.
Or not too coffee.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have some coffee. Yeah, unless you already did. You already did it. He already did it. Oh. Will you do me one more favor and go get me the cardboard box that's in there? It's right there. Right in front of you. Right in front of you. Go forwards.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you. Scoot.
No.
I need the room.
Oh, just
Please?
the whole room?
Otherwise, unless you want to be on camera.
Oh, yeah, there.
Sorry. Oh, it's the cat. Yeah. Ah. Why? What's it to do? Effective political rants. I don't know. Just kidding. I cannot seem to get him. There we go. It is a mess back here. You love tuxedo cats. Yeah, he's a sweetie, but he's a brat. You know how it is. Okay. So now we're in the kitchen. I gotta take off some of my layers. I'm gonna roast in here. Mm. But yeah, so we'll just tough it out for the last little while. It's fine. And you can see the kitchen. My house would look so normal. Oh, thank you. Oh, and honey. I got the camera in the kitchen. Keep it down, okay? Thank you. But now I've said that, he'll be in here in a minute. To say hello to everybody because he's such a ham. Yeah. Knew it. They can't see you because I'm in the way. Get out. I love you. I'm not using you for views. Get out. Owen. Baby boy. Get out.
Hi.
Get out. One.
Please.
I will turn off that TV right now. Two. 2.5. Go faster. Greetings, small human. Yeah, right? No, he's cute. And he would love to be on camera if I would let him. He would love to be the center of attention all the time. He would soak up all the attention. No. You know, that's not what this channel is. I follow a cat rescue organization called Furball Sanctuary on Instagram. And oh my God, all the kitty rescues got me bawling my eyes out every time. Oh. It is really nice to know there are people out there doing stuff like that. Let's see if I can't get you up a little higher in there. All the big containers are in the fridge. That's a bit better. Maybe I just pointed straight at my nose. So yeah, where were we?
Should I do the voices first
Yes.
and
And then the other.
Get back in the kitchen. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
What professionals do is they do the voicing first.
How was my Christmas? Oh, pretty good. Quiet. You know, we still have all the decorations up all over the. Oh, that was some. I got that big fuzzy blue thing I was wearing a minute ago.
Whoa. Charizard, help me.
See, it's very nice, and it is pocketed and very, very long. It goes to my ankles. So, you had a good Christmas too. Everybody else, I think we. No, it has been since Christmas. Yeah, it's very comfy. Ah, the days are starting to bleed together, y'all. Need to get back to business. Everybody's home for a whole another week. No, they're home till Monday. So. It is not like a horrible thing or anything, but there's back of the other one's head. It's okay. You'll never recognize him from that, right?
Let's go home.
So yeah, it did kind of mess with my flow though. So yeah, before we run out of time, tell me about it. My kid's locked himself in his room playing computers. I don't know. It's better than it could be. These games require strategy and like interaction. You know, that one is an artist. He does a lot of drawings. They're very good. So, you know, I comfort myself with the idea that they have hobbies. Not much else to do. Too warm for snow, too cold to go outside. Yeah, right. But I don't know. It's strange because on the one hand, things look really bad, and on the other hand, I have this hopeful feeling. Um, and I really would like some feedback on the particular point. I don't know. I'm wondering if anybody like as far as I guess religion in schools doesn't really affect anybody but Americans specifically. A lot of it's very American. I have a very international audience. That's well, like I say, it's not just an American problem. I got new crystals for Christmas, obviously. Oh, nice, nice, big ones. Yeah, we're secular in Canada. Yeah. Lucky. I mean, theoretically, we are here too. The public schools are secular here too. Theoretically. And I really do think that a bit about them just demolishing the Department of Education is silly. Because that's how they get the schools to do what they want them to do. Is by saying, do this or you won't get your funding. So that's As if they're just gonna throw that away. Seems silly. And I guess they're not demolishing the Department of Education. You're right. That's silly. That would be like not just a horrible, but a silly thing to do. And say what you will about these people. I don't think they're stupid. You know, next week I want to make some notes for things that I want to discuss further during the live stream. You know, to like kind of have stuff to come back to and like stay on point better. Oh, beautiful pieces. I also just splurged on some. One is a Vivianite specimen. I've been wanting it for some time, but it's expensive. It grows on dead bodies. Nice. What does that look like? It's gorgeous. What a pretty color. Is it green? Oh my gosh. Those are gorgeous. Wow. Mm. Found in swamps and bogs, huh? Nice. Nice. And it's green. That's awesome. I love it. Did you get that online? Where did you find that? I have a couple of rock stores I go to. I've never seen that one.
Well, I only ever
So.
see that building in always in future. But
You did. He already made some coffee, so I'm gonna get some coffee. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so maybe it's just me, but I have this strange hopeful feeling. And it's not just about, the new year or whatever, because also some Congolese dioptase, Atlantisite, and ocean jasper. Does anything have cooler names than crystals? Wow, man. That's let's see. Which is also green. A big chunk of charu. I don't know what any of these are. This is so fun. Oh. Whoa. That one's green and purple? Wow. Charoite. No, wait. I gotta find out what ocean jasper looks like. What a cool name. Oh, wow. Wow, that comes in all kinds of colors, huh? Not true. That wasn't there. Still, I wish. So. Ooh. That one looks like a veiny amethyst or something. Very pretty. Oh my goodness. And you can tell you're a serious collector because you don't just get chunks of amethyst, You don't just go to some rock store and pick up chunks of, what's that stuff? selenite or whatever that they make wands out of. What is that stuff? That's so weird looking. Selenite, I think it is. I don't know. Again, I'm just like a cynic. I see amethyst is borrowing. Yeah, right. Like when I just see like shit in magic shops everywhere, to the point it's clearly mass produced because somebody thought that was a cool idea and just marketed the fuck out of it. And I'm just like, I don't. What is a wand even for? And I've asked this question before. And I feel like we've been over this in the chat before, but like, I don't understand the concept of a wand. Like, unless it itself is the enchanted item that grants the magic, right? But like conceptually, what is it for otherwise? Like, yeah, I buy everything from usually the miners themselves. Oh, wow. So, but where do you find these things to buy them? Like, you just know a bunch of miners? In medieval times, wands were literally just branches you plucked off a tree on the spot to cast your spell with. No, I know. And I think you're the one we had the conversation about being some kind of symbol of feminine energy or something, right? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Because it was one of those things that, it was very interesting. And then I didn't have a hook to hang it on. So it just sort of drifted. I'm sorry. Where's the plunger for the coffee maker? There it is. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know I'm doing it wrong. I know. Selenite is different and more expensive. Yeah. It's different than what they call selenite. And what they call selenite is actually satin spar, which is a cooler and more descriptive name of the thing. Marketing. Oh my god. What a nightmare is marketing. But, that brings me back to what I was saying earlier about propaganda. Propaganda is just effective storytelling. And I don't want to. I think we must make a mistake if we just demonize the whole idea as something only bad people do. Because we're denying ourselves a very powerful communication tool there. It's being open about the fact that you're trying to communicate a strong, message and not, and you'll see people talk about this specifically on all sides of the spectrum where they're like, I didn't want the message to be obvious. I didn't want to preach to people. It's like, no, you need to preach to people effectively. People go to preachers. Preachers are rich people a lot of the time. Mindat.com. Nice. You buy everything from usually the miners themselves. That's amazing. So they have a marketplace where they can sell stuff to the public. That only makes sense, I guess. So yeah, I'm not sure what the next video is going to be about, but regardless, I want to hopefully. I won't buy from mystical shops. Their stuff is way over. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I say, there's a rocks one particular, especially like we live near a big tourist trap, and they have a place over there where the basement is like half full of bins full of rocks. Um, and there's a lot of mining goes on in this area. I think a lot of them are fairly local. Wait, didn't you say the next video is about psychological warfare in the media? Or like that's something I'm working on. I don't know if I'm going to have that ready for next time because that's a big subject. They don't carry collector pieces, just common stuff. Yeah, but you're not trying to impress anybody anyway, right? Even though it is impressive, you know. You knew that. You're not trying. That's not why you buy them. You know, obviously.
I heard there was more coffee.
Yes. So there is. Oh.
Do you mind if I move around the background of your video?
No, go for it.
Can I get a kiss? Love you.
Love you. I'll be done in half an hour.
Oh, no, I just wanted to give you a hug.
I know.
I
trying
can
to
tell
be
your friends
encouraging.
what how wonderful a wife you are and how much you. Oh my God, she was so wonderful last night. This is completely off the subject, but we played Farmville, and this witch won, like hands down. Just kept winning, rolling straights. Oh, you got it where it counts. Love you.
Love you. I'm glad you had a good time last night.
Oh my God, I had an amazing time. Just, I know you don't like crowds and everything. I had a blast.
Good. It wasn't a crowd. Like I say, we went to our friend's house and it was the one dude and his roommates who were married and their kids and our kids. So like, it was kind of like being at home, really. Complete with the barking dog. Oh my gosh.
But we didn't have to cook. We didn't have to do those dishes.
I did cook yesterday. Anyway.
I'm saying we didn't have to cook for the party.
I know.
Oh my God, it's gonna be me.
Get out of here.
I love you.
Love you. No, but once you have a lot of the common stuff, you move on to the not so common stuff. Yeah, a lot of crystal stuff. Yeah. Get out of here.
Hey, since you're inside, you mind if I try Discord again?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It means he'll be busy. Mwahaha. What is he watching? Hey, what is that? What is that?
He's watching your Captain movie.
Yeah. The only reason that kid's watching TV today at all is because I'm hanging out with you guys for a little while. Have I watched Human Resources yet? No. But in my defense, I have been sick for a month and I'm just struggling to like keep things going around here. So I probably would not have fully understand it if I had. Don't cry, baby. Don't cry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Seriously. You probably said it's on YouTube or something, right? It's gonna make me angry, but I'm in the mood to be angry. See, and I was in this place where like I was kind of resistant to things for a while because I have not been strong enough to deal with certain things for a while, you know. So you sort of resist interfacing with them, but I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think you mean the horror movie from 2003 or 2023. Great. So now I'm over there trying to find it, and I realized that it's giving me. There's another lol no, right? So now there's another movie come out by the same name. It's all right. I'll find it. There we go. The social engineering in the 20th century documentary, right? Yeah. Somebody called Gangster Capitalism has done us a solid there. We'll just save this to the playlist that I watch from every day and actually make this happen. There we go. Because I'm in the mood. I really, truly am. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Okay. We're not gonna. It just doesn't need to be that loud. It just doesn't need to be that loud. Mm-mm-mm. If you're going to talk about propaganda next time, it's essential that you watch Human Resources. Okay. Who knows if it'll come up next time, but that's beside the point, really. Oh, what am I about to do? I don't know. I'm not checking. Usually I have... usually I have, stuff to run off and do the minute I get off here because I need to, eat lunch or whatever and then go get him from school. But anyone see Nosferatu? No. Is it relevant somehow? No, I know. We tend to wander a little bit. And, so I'm actually conflicted because on the one hand, I heard good things about the remake. Yeah, no, I've seen good things about the remake. I'm very picky about what films I watch, not necessarily because I think they're all bad, because I not because I think they're all bad. I just like stuff really sticks in my mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm just impressionable, but it goes with what I was saying about being mindful about the messaging that's in your media, and like I personally just am not interested in stories about vampires or like killers or like, I don't know. I'm not in the mood to terrify myself for no reason. Honestly, the whole genealogy of that story. Wait. I got some feminist thoughts on that movie. Oh, yeah? Honestly, the whole genealogy of that story. Well, do tell. Now I'm intrigued. Pan's Labyrinth is best movie. Yeah. See, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about where, yes, Pan's Labyrinth is an amazing movie. Am I going to sit down and watch it again tomorrow? No, probably not. Because, is it a bad film? No, not at all. Not at all. And I think, it's supposed to be horrifying, right? Like, the fact that I don't want to just sit down and watch that one for pleasure is maybe part of his goal in making of it. Like, I know. And I'm not saying that, like, and I get it. If something rubs you just the right way, it doesn't matter, to each their own. Everybody pulls different things. That's art, right? Everybody pulls different things from it. But, I don't think my reaction is wrong either, is what I'm saying. I don't mean to reject it as a movie. I just don't. It's not a fun watch for me. Uh, on the other hand, if it had come out when I was a kid and I'd seen it, before I was old enough to understand it and memorized it the way I did some really, frankly disturbing things as a kid, it'd be totally different. Takes place at Vasily fascist. Right. Yeah. No, I know. I have seen it more than once. It is a great movie, but like, it's also terrifying. Um, like I say, I don't mean to reject it as a film, but like, Alfifa, please do tell us the feminist genealogy of Nosferatu, because that is an interesting angle. Spoiler, the end scene of Nosferatu gets ickier and ickier in each adaptation. Yeah, that ending. We're talking about Pan's Labyrinth still. Or are you talking about Nosferatu? I don't actually know how Nosferatu ends because I've not seen any of them. But like I say, I'm just picky because like it is. It's like a movie like Pan's Labyrinth. It's like a gut punch for me in a beautiful way, in a way that I appreciate the artistry of. But I'm not going to necessarily voluntarily get punched in the gut. And so I'm very picky about who it is and under what circumstances I want to get punched in the gut. You never seen it either. Are you talking about the ending to Pan's Labyrinth? Then, like, yeah, it's an emotional gut punch. That one for sure. And I think filmmakers, especially certain genre filmmakers, like to just kind of do that. They just kind of like to sneak up on you and punch you, emotionally. And I'm only gonna willingly subject myself to that to to a certain degree. I don't think that most people are as impressionable in that way. I truly don't. I truly don't. I watch, I can't do roller coasters either because it's absolutely terrifying. So like, I only love films that punch me in the gut. I don't know what that says about me. See, that's what I'm saying. I think I just have a thin skin in that way. So, but then also they linger. Like, I don't have to sit here and try to remember Pan's Labyrinth. Like, I got it. Like I said, I think I've seen it twice. All the way through once, and then most of it a second time. So, like, I get it. It's in here, right? It left an impression, and I still think of it sometimes. Requiem for a Dream is also great. See, that one I've deliberately avoided because it made people swear to people who had never seen cry about anything. They said it made them cry. I'm like, yeah. I cry at diaper commercials, so I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that one. Like, okay, no. I'm good. And I don't know what this says about me, but the comeback, was generally along the lines of, you get to see Jennifer Connelly naked. Great. Smart. You're right. It's like we each have to be our own advocate in the world, right? It makes people sick. At the end, they say it was brilliant, and then they'll never watch it again. Right. That was the other thing. Is my friends who were telling me I needed to watch this movie, none of them were actually willing to sit through it with me. So that was just not going to happen. Ugh. And then there's The Wall. Has anybody here seen The Wall? My son was into that a couple of months ago. He was listening to the album and he like fell in love with this album, right? And it is an amazing concept album. It's like the concept album of concept albums, right? Yeah, I think I'm the only one who's seen it multiple times. Well, it sounds like it's right up your alley. You love emotional gut punches, so there you go. You must, be. It's probably top of your list. Um, ooh, or like A Scanner Darkly. That one made my husband cry. Yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, Pink Floyd. So the album is a concept album, right? And then like a couple years later, I guess they made a movie from it, which is equally amazing. And it's just Underpants Labyrinth. Okay, yeah, yeah. What other films have amazing emotional gut punches that I might avoid? No. Pan's Labyrinth is a great movie. Never seen The Wall? Yeah. No, it's that one takes the leap from emotional gut punch to mind fuck. Because you're watching a fellow lose his mind from the inside. Essentially, is the concept of, I believe, the album and the film. Listen to the album, right? So you have some idea, but the film takes it all the way. You know what I mean? Like anything that is left. Well, but it's all jumbled because the dude is losing his mind. It's very meta. It's very. Anyway, we were talking about whether or not you want to rewatch disturbing things. This one required it. I had to watch it 3 times before I understood what I just explained to you. Um, so, if you just go in being like, well, this is the Pink Floyd rock opera, you have no idea what you're looking at. And, such was media literacy in the early aughts, I guess. Um, I was just like watching this with a couple of like Pink Floyd fangirls who were like in black trench coats, dancing around, pretending to be like waiting for the worms and shit. And I'm just like, okay. Apparently this film confers madness, and I just can't help myself. And it does kind of imply that sort of thing could happen to anybody, which I'm not sure I agree with. I'm not sure that, the specter of madness is lurking behind every rock and tree in everybody's mind. I'm not sure that's true. Now, don't judge it, but my favorite show is an anime. Okay. Wait, hear me out. It's actually good. Not like other anime. It's actually good. Listen, even my ignorant self knows that anime is a varied, it's not even really a genre. Right? That's like if I sat here and said that my favorite movie were Italian. Right? Basically. Ergo Proxy. So unique. I don't know that one. Can we get a brief synopsis? Yo, I have that on DVD. Oh, nice. Like making connections. Nice. Bella's happy. Not sure what that hand gesture is supposed to mean. Yes, dear.
You left me mad at
What you what?
mine.
No, baby, not right now. He doesn't understand why I won't let him be on camera, but it's for the better. It's for his own good. He just looks so damn sad. Anyway, would you mind quick? What's that about? Its whole structural concept is formulated around philosophy, history, theology, and psychology. It's mind blowing. Nice. I can't really explain it. There's a lot of layers to that anime. Okay. Fair enough. They do tend to be that way, don't they? Hell yeah, Alfifa. Right on. So your favorite thing ever is an anime called Ergo Proxy. Okay. Like, I don't know. Little guy was asking me the other day what my favorite song was, and I'm like, I don't know. That's an impossible choice to make. So he asked me what my least favorite song was, and I said, I don't know. Whatever it is, I forgot about it a long time ago because I hated it, and I never listened to it again. So like, even with how I just said I limit, I'm very picky about what I take in and what I do watch. What's my favorite of all time? I have no idea. I'm not even sure how I would quantify that. You know, what the fuck do I feel like watching at any given moment is dependent on what my mood is, you know? And like I say about The Wall, like, it took me 3 watches to figure it out. And then I'm good. I've been good for 20 plus years on that one. And I went back and listened to it again because, well, he and I were talking about it, and I got sort of curious. And, like, it actually had a surprise for me. The Wall from 1979 or whatever it is had a surprise for me. Even still, like, that bitch is so, like you say, fairly layered. Which is that it's self-referential. At the end, the character is sentenced to be exposed before his peers, right? Which is what we've all just been participating in by seeing inside his mind. So that kind of, it's I don't know. Maybe I'm saying that. Maybe I'm just seeing that, but like, okay. It's dystopian, but that's all I can give. It's one where you can't generalize the synopsis, which is so interesting to me. Because on the one hand, that is really intriguing as a storyteller. Like, that's intriguing. Like, that's the kind of a story that sounds like you could sink your teeth into it, right? And then on the other hand, as a storyteller and as a writer, you're like, how the fuck do they get away with that? You know? How do you get away with, how do you sell something like the animes just like get greenlit because like how do they if I had a novel like that, I would never get it past an editor. I would never get it to a publisher. I would be stuck self-publishing, and how in hell would you oh wait, I've watched it multiple times and find something new I never noticed before. Yeah. No, and things that we pay upon rewatching or rereading are just choice, right? That's the best, right? Where it evolves with your experience of it. Basically, yeah. So good. Oh, it's older. They'd never get greenlit nowadays. But, I mean, it sort of feels like, and maybe it's the competitiveness of the market. Maybe it is. But it sort of feels like that's just a part of the thing, where you have to, as far as a novel or even a TV show or something, you need to be able to have a root of it that you can kind of distill it down to, just to be able to explain it to have an entry point to begin explaining it to people. You know what I mean? Honestly, I had no goals for 2025, but now it's to rewatch Ergo Proxy. Right on. Right on. I have so many goals for 2025. You should. So peak. Right on. I looked up your rocks. Let's see what this is. Cyberpunk.
Do you know where
Nice. I do not.
Where?
Oh, stop. Go hunting him in the other direction. Please. I love you. Okay. Now he went in there to bother his dad. So funny. Oh, so cute. Let's see how we're doing. Interesting. As an atheist, I'm not sure the left's resistance to the upcoming shit show should be rooted in secularism. As much as I hate it, the death cult has mostly won its fight against the non-alternative religious groups out there. We actually have better lines to draw in the sand. In no particular order. Medicare for all, climate justice, pro-labor policies, overturning Citizens United and getting money out of politics, large-scale government-led construction of affordable housing. I think the policies like these would appeal to all, but the most batshit Christians and the majority of the American electorate to boot. Well, thank you, Jason S42, for the very helpful input. Right on. See, I meant that mostly as an response to the encroachment of religion into all public spaces, basically. And it's not showing the video to people. Doggone it. Which at this point I can just kind of say that because I can't blame the retention or something because we don't have that data yet. Whatever. You could hear him in there. Nice. Well, anyway, the fight carries on, and I'm gonna probably write that list down and do some brainstorming about that actually. But it's 2:00 and I got to go, ladies. If only because I'm standing in my kitchen. And by a couple of weeks from now, we will have a better setup. For sure, for sure. I look forward to seeing you guys next time, okay? So, yeah, it was good to see you again, too. It's always nice to argue with you and talk about rocks. I will. I sincerely will. I put it on the list. And thanks for joining us, Alfeifo. This was cool. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks, okay? Happy New Year. Bye, everybody.